Tonight on 7 News, a Watertown City Council member may be on the hot seat as an ethics board recommends removing Cliff Olney. Plus, Kenneth Durham appears in Ogdensburg court. Tonight, a statement from the man accused of stabbing and killing a 19-year-old in August. But first, slashing programs at SUNY Potsdam. We head to St. Lawrence County for reaction from the president, SUNY students, and a state senator. Good evening, I'm Zach Grady. Thank you for joining us tonight. 14 programs may face cuts or even be eliminated at SUNY Potsdam as the college restructures. Jobs also on the line as the administration needs to cut a $9 million structural deficit. We start our coverage tonight with the programs that could be cut. The 14 programs include both bachelor and master's degrees. The programs announced on Tuesday include arts history, arts management, biochemistry, chemistry, dance, French, music performance, philosophy, physics, public health, Spanish, and theater. Those are in addition to an August announcement where 4 other programs being looked at, including computer science education. 7 News anchor Garrett Domblewski has more tonight as he spent the day on the SUNY Potsdam campus.
12 bachelor's degree and 2 master's degree programs are recommended for cuts at SUNY Potsdam. That's on top of 4 programs recommended for cuts earlier this year. New college president Suzanne Smith made the announcement in front of a crowded auditorium at Snell Music Theater Tuesday morning. Smith briefly got choked up during her closing remarks.
The fact that SUNY Potsdam is a small, this is hard. I know it's hard for you. The fact that we are a small, tightly knit campus community is one of our greatest strengths.
A small community getting smaller. A 43% drop in enrollment over the last 10-plus years is the driving force behind these changes. Officials say the college has not adapted to the declining number of students. SUNY Chancellor John King speaking after Tuesday's announcement.
At the end of the day, we've got to make sure that the campuses are responsible fiscal stewards. And when you go from enrollment over 4,000 to enrollment of 2,500, that has implications for the campus budget.
For faculty, however, today's announcement was underwhelming.
I really didn't expect more detail, but I hoped for it.
Faculty Senate Chair Greg Gardner says he was surprised to see programs like the Masters in Music or Public Health on the list of potential cuts. As for when cuts will happen, President Smith says it'll take 3 to 5 years for all the changes. The college plans to ensure all students, including this year's freshmen, can graduate with their degree from SUNY Potsdam before their programs are eliminated. Gardner says how that happens could get complicated, however, and he expects the administration to move forward sooner rather than later with cuts.
Very quickly, those departments will be expected to lay out plans for their own demise. I think the administration wants to move very quickly on the discontinuance of these programs.
The college's plan also includes the potential closures of Dunn Hall and 3 of the wings of Knowles Hall, a residential building. Officials want to put resources toward growing programs like its graduate degree in education. Smith says the 14 programs targeted for cuts account for just 6.3% of student enrollment. The administration is hoping that attrition and retirement incentives will help to offset layoffs. Now, the College Foundation is helping to fund early retirement incentives, but it's unclear how many people will take that offer. Gardner says that there will be interest in the incentives, but tonight it's still a guessing game as to how many people's jobs will be cut at SUNY Potsdam. Garrett Domblewski, 7 News.
State Senator Dan Steck is speaking up, saying he's distressed by the Potsdam cuts. He also questions how the Empire State is spending its money. In a statement to 7 News, the 45th District Senator said he is frustrated with the state refusing to take action to help SUNY Potsdam. He says instead of spending on items that matter most to New Yorkers' quality of life, shocking sums of money are going to the wrong programs. 7 News reporter Sean Brenda, also on SUNY Potsdam's campus Tuesday, he spoke with students and staff to get their reaction from the administration's announcement.
Hours after SUNY Potsdam's restructuring plan was announced, some on campus are coming to terms with a new reality.
Yeah, I saw there was a big cut in a lot of programs. Not ecstatic about it, you know. I like the diversity we have.
Sarah Dillon doesn't want to leave the campus, but plans to look at other colleges. She's worried more cuts could come, although SUNY Potsdam didn't allude to that.
Abandoning a place you've spent so much time at and caring about because of things you can't really control, no matter how much you try to help and how much faith you have, it's just awful.
At a local coffee house, a worker is keeping an optimistic attitude.
I think that it's a heartbreaking change to be happening, but so much good has come from the school and so much good still does live within the school that it'll find its way regardless to what happens to it and where it goes.
Other students I talked with who are not affected by the cuts announced today believe this new strategy will allow Potsdam to concentrate more on its strengths and to bring more kids to campus. Sean Brinda, 7 News.
We'll head over to the Weather Center now. John Kubis will give us our first look at the forecast. John, summer's wrapping up this week. What can people expect for the last few days of the season?
Well, it looks like tomorrow's going to be a cool day, but by the end of the week, temperatures will be in the 70s, and we'll be enjoying a whole lot of sunshine over the next couple of days anyway. So, I mean, sure, summer is winding down, but we've got a little taste of it coming back by the end of the week and the weekend. All right, let's check the maps. First weather brought to you by Doors Plus at Adams Center. There you see a couple of sprinkles south of Tupper Lake over the Adirondacks. Otherwise, all is quiet. Clear skies at midnight. Notice it's 6, mainly clear, maybe some patchy fog. Temperatures in the mid-40s. A whole lot of sun by noon tomorrow, and we'll have temperatures in the lower 60s. So a nice warm up on tap. We'll talk temps in the weekend too in a bit. Let's send it back to you.
Thanks, John. In other news tonight, murder suspect Kenneth Durham was in Ogdensburg Court Tuesday. He says he is innocent until proven guilty. Durham is accused of an August stabbing of 19-year-old Bryson Jenks on Patterson Street inside the city. The alleged attack led to Jenks' death. Durham told 7 News Tuesday, as he was being led into Ogdensburg City Court, that he is innocent until proven guilty. Police allege the 44-year-old Durham stabbed Jenks in the chest during a late-night argument. Durham fled the scene, allegedly cutting off a GPS tracking device he was required to wear as he was out on parole at the time. He was scheduled in court Tuesday for a status check on his case. No decisions were issued, and Durham continues to be held without bail. In what is believed to be a first, the City of Watertown's Board of Ethics is recommending that the council move forward with the process of removing one of its own, Cliff Olney, city council member, from his seat. Now that decision is in the hands of the other 4 members of the council. And what do they think? And when could these proceedings begin? 7 News reporter Brendan Straub looked to get those answers Tuesday when he spoke with the council.
It is unanimous opinion of the City of Watertown Ethics Board that Council Member Clifford G. Olney III should be referred to a hearing before the City of Watertown City Council.
A recommendation by the city's ethics board read at Monday's council meeting. It stems from an ethics complaint made by Mayor Jeff Smith against Cliff Olney, citing Olney publicized information from an executive session that should have remained private. Smith says the decision shouldn't be taken lightly.
We should follow that the recommendation of the ethics board. I don't think that they just nilly-willy issued that recommendation.
Olney says Smith is a hypocrite and has done the same thing he is accusing him of.
For them to come to the finding of anything other than there may be something more that needs to be looked at more closely, I am surprised.
According to the city's charter, it is now up to the other 4 members of council to set a time and place for a hearing and possible trial. And if proceedings do happen, it will take a majority of all members of council to either censor or remove Olney from office. Councilmember Lisa Ruggiero says she was also surprised by the decision, but feels the hearing does need to happen.
If somebody is going to be accused of something, then, well, I think they have to produce the evidence to see what that is.
Ruggiero was referring to the evidence brought forward by Smith, which he says the council members have not had a chance to review. Councilmember Patrick Hickey agrees with Ruggiero, saying more investigation into the claims is needed as long as the information becomes available to them. 7 News has filed paperwork in order to see Smith's ethics complaint, but it hasn't been made available. Councilmember Sarah Campo-Pierce says she has more questions that need to be answered about the hearing process before she makes a decision. When asked what to expect moving forward, City Manager Ken Mick says it's unprecedented and has never been done in his 38 years of working for the city in some capacity. Brendan Straub, 7 News.
The Lewis County DMV will be closed all week as it moves into the building's new addition. Construction on the new addition at the East State Street DMV began last November. Finishing touches are being put on the more than $2 million project as it is nearly ready to welcome customers. Lewis County Clerk Jake Mosier says those needing a DMV service appointment this week can go to Jefferson, St. Lawrence, Oswego, or Oneida County DMV locations.
We want to make sure that everything is working perfectly so no customers get delayed when they walk through our brand new doors on Monday morning.
The other half of the building where DMV was housed will now become the future home of the Lewis County Board of Elections. Still to come, Rob Crone is in tonight. He's got your North Country Sports Report.
Hey, Zach, coming up a little later in sports, we'll head to the high school soccer field and take a look at Belleville-Henderson taking on Lafargeville.
Plus, remembering David Simmons. Hundreds attend a celebration of life for a man who many considered a pillar of the community with the innate ability to teach local students and performers how to dance. When 7 News continues.
From the North Country's news station, you're watching 7 News Tonight with Garrett Domblewski. Tonight's weather with John Kubis. And your North Country sports with Mel Busler.
Your winning evening lotto numbers for Tuesday, the daily 360 and the win 4 6967. And here in the North Country, the Black River American Legion Post 673 Queen of Hearts drawing Tuesday will win someone close to $60,000. The Post fundraiser is on week 47 without anyone finding the Queen of Hearts on the board. Tuesday marks the 48th and final week for the fundraiser. This contest is down to the very last ticket, envelope number 51, which has to have the Queen of Hearts inside. Tuesday's lucky winner will claim that envelope and their 60% of the $60,000 prize.
Oh, it's chaos. It's like you could hear a pin drop. It stops, and then everybody, they all look at me, and then my hand shaking as I'm pulling the card, it's crazy to go into the last card. You almost never see that anywhere.
The other 40% of the jackpot will go to help funding student scholarships and other nonprofit projects. The drawing took place Tuesday night at 7 o'clock. Hundreds attended a celebration of life for David Simmons, a beloved figure in Watertown's arts community. 7 News reporter Chad Charette at that celebration Tuesday. He spoke with some of Simmons' closest friends and colleagues as they shared what they'll miss most about the man who taught so many here in the North Country how to dance.
They may have come from different walks of life, but the hundreds gathered at Garland City Tuesday afternoon all shared one thing. David Simmons touched their hearts.
What teachers get to do and what we see here today with the hundreds of people that are present is plant seeds that grow forever.
Simmons was best known for his involvement in Watertown's arts community, particularly theater.
I brought along some of my friends to help. Wave hi, everybody.
He served as a choreographer in 50 shows at Watertown High School and continued that work with Stage Notes, a local theater company. Tisha Amel worked with him at both.
Well, he was the coolest young teacher, and if you ask our returning students in Stage Notes who just did a show with him in July, he was still the coolest.
She tells us Simmons' greatest strength was the connection he formed with his performers.
He just wanted them to know that they could do anything if they just tried, and he just believed in everybody. He just was everyone's biggest cheerleader.
That talent even extended to students that his former colleague Russ Faunce tells us had 2 left feet.
By the time he was done, he had worked his magic, and they looked great. I don't know how he did it. He had some innate ability to make it all happen.
Simmons was also known for his work in Watertown's Miss New York State pageants, where he had a knack for easing nerves.
He was the first guy that you saw when the top 10 would be announced, and then the rest of the girls would dissipate into the wings. And David was the man that was there to just use encouraging words to make everybody feel better.
Simmons passed away last week at the age of 60. He's survived by his husband and 2 siblings. With the hundreds of lives he's touched, he won't soon be forgotten.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss him very much.
Chad Charette, 7 News.
John Kubis is back after the break with your full forecast.
Now, tonight's weather.
Some passing clouds, otherwise not too much going on. 59 degrees, winds are light from the north-northwest at about 5. Pressure is high, 3005. Will be on the rise over the next couple of days. Got up to 67 for the high, 55 for the low. As far as the averages, we're off a bit, but fairly close to where we ought to be. A record's 84 and 26. Upper 50s for you, Messina. 51 in Canton and also at Old Forge. 53 Lowville. And also in Barnes Corners. A couple of showers south of Tupper Lake, way off to the east. Otherwise, not really too much going on. High pressure off to the west, located over Buffalo, over Lake Erie, will keep us high and dry, heading right into this upcoming weekend. Futurecast is showing us overnight tonight, some passing clouds, potentially some patchy fog, bottoming out in the 40s tomorrow morning. During the day, a whole lot of sunshine on autumnal feel to the air on our Wednesday with highs pretty much in the mid-60s. Your lows overnight in the 40s, a bit warmer by the water, maybe some patchy fog. Tomorrow looking sunny. Highs in the mid to upper 60s. Lewis County overnight, more of the same, some patchy fog. Lows lower to mid-40s. Tomorrow looking sunny. Bit cooler in Barnes Corners at elevation 62, 65 for you in Lowville. St. Lawrence County overnight, clearing skies, lows in the 40s. Tomorrow looking sunny. 66 for you, Messina and Ogdensburg and Gouverneur, 62 down Wanakina way. A bit warmer on Thursday and Friday, a whole lot of sunshine heading into the weekend. Fall starts on Saturday. I think Saturday will be mainly sunny and 72, maybe some showers next Monday and Tuesday. That's all I have for now. Rob has sports coming up next.
Now your North Country Sports.
It's time for your Toyota Sports Report. Plenty of soccer action to talk about this Tuesday on both the high school and college level. In Dexter, a girls' Frontier League matchup as General Brown hosted Watertown. First half, Watertown with a great opportunity, but Adriana Arthur's shot hits the post. Another chance for Watertown, but Lions goalie Gianna Wood makes the diving save. Wood would stop all 12 shots she faced in the first half. Delaney Callahan's second half goal, the difference as Watertown goes on to beat General Brown 1-0. A girls' Frontier League D Division contest from Belleville as the Panthers of Belleville Henderson hosted Lafargeville. First half, Courtney Hansen puts a shot on goal, but Lafargeville keeper Tahoki Krista makes the stop. At the other end, Emmeline Barton's direct kick is smothered by Panthers goalie Eiley Vaughn. Less than 10 minutes in, Belleville Henderson gets on the board. Kennedy Billman's left-footed boot finds the back of the net. 1-0 Belleville Henderson. Eliza Smith would score twice, including the game winner. Lafargeville beats Belleville Henderson 5-4. Men's college soccer from Canton as the Roos hosted the St. Lawrence Saints. Saints get on the board first when Henry Hart goes far corner for the tally. 1-0 St. Lawrence. Then it's Max Mogul with the goal on the PK. 2-0 Saints. Roos answer when Eric Randall splits the pipes. 2-1 Saints. St. Lawrence beats SUNY Canton 4-1. Girls NAC swimming, Canton hosting Messina. Canton's Gretchen Braun set a new Section 10 record in the 200 freestyle in a time of 155.58. which put her in 5th place overall in New York State this season. Braun, who attends Lisbon Central, set a new Section 10 record, along with teammates Caitlin Redfern, Lexi Stuntz, and Tessa Alguire in a time of 350.8. For Braun, it marked the 5th Section 10 record she smashed during 3 meets in just the past 7 days. She won the event, but missed another record in the 100 butterfly by just 2.4 seconds. Canton goes on to beat Messina 106-51. The Salmon River Central School District completed work on a new outdoor stadium with a lighted state-of-the-art turf field. Last evening, a ceremonial ribbon cutting was held before the soccer game on the new field versus Lisbon. Members of the Salmon River Administration and Board of Education were present. The new artificial turf was part of a larger $7.4 million capital project that school district voters approved in 2021.
It's a great opportunity for our kids. This is a great facility. I'm really excited for them. I think the kids have been looking forward to it. They've been sneaking on here on the weekend. I've been catching them.
This particular field is the same identical field, the same materials as the Buffalo Bills use. So we have the best of the best as our large Jumbotron. We have the best of the best. I would say that we probably have the best facilities in the entire North Country.
Tonight's local scoreboard's brought to you by Coleman's Corner, located behind Fairground Inn across from the Watertown Arena. Coleman's Corner offers traditional Irish fare along with gourmet sandwiches, burgers, steaks, and seafood. Enjoy your favorite beverage, open Monday through Saturday. It's Coleman's Corner. Girls High School soccer, Lyme over South Lewis. Sackett's Harbor defeats Sandy Creek. Alexandria over Thousand Island. South Jeff nips Carthage. Canton and Messina played to a scoreless tie. Potsdam over Norwood Norfolk. Salmon River by 3 over OFA. Copenhagen Beaver River played to a 1-all tie. Lowville blanks IHC. Boys soccer, Salmon River over Gouverneur. Lisbon shuts out Herman DeKalb. Harrisville blanks Edwards Knox. Morristown over Heuvelton. South Jeff defeats Indian River. Men's college soccer, it was Clarkson over Russell Sage. Women's college soccer, St. Lawrence Downs Union. Girls swimming, OFA a winner over Malone. Watertown defeats Lowville, and it was Beaver River nipping South Jeff. NAC volleyball, Indian River over OFA. Gouverneur defeats Potsdam. Clifton Fine downs Canton. And in girls tennis, Lowville defeats Beaver River. It was Copenhagen over Indian River. Well, one of the surprises of the 2023 season so far has been the play of the JCC women's soccer team. The Lady Cannoneers turning some heads with their quick start this season. It's been quite the turnaround for the JCC women's soccer team in 2023. After going 4-8, 1-4 in conference play in 2022, Coach Chris Rowland's team currently sits at 5-1 overall, 2-0 in conference play, and nationally ranked.
Yeah, the girls and the coaching staff have put in a lot of work this year, and you know, the results follow the work that they put in over the summer, the work that they put in the preseason, and you know, we've picked up some momentum from some good team play, and we're hoping to continue it.
The Lady Cannoneers opened the season with 5 straight wins, but suffered their first loss of the season on Saturday, a 2-1 setback to 4th-ranked Mohawk Valley Community College. Despite the loss, Rowland says the key to the team's success this season has been trusting the process in rebuilding the women's soccer program at JCC.
You know, there's buy-in from the girls this year. They believe in the project that the coaching staff has set out for them, and you know, they really have the belief and the confidence to go and win matches, which is it's fun to coach.
He works with what our strengths, and like from our formation to like who's playing where and what game. Honestly, I think that helps a lot because like we know each other's strengths and weaknesses too, so we can kind of play off that with each other.
The Lady Cannoneers ranked 1st in the NJCAA in shot percentage, 3rd in the NJCAA in goals with 25, and 6th in the NJCAA with 3 shutouts. A well-balanced attack at both ends of the field.
I think we're pretty well balanced. Our keeper, Keely Cooney's pretty strong back there, and then we've got a really good defense that works well together and is able to communicate with each other. Our midfield is a good transition point for us, and we've got strikers up front that can put it in the back of the net.
The Lady Cannoneers roster is made up of some of the best local players from the Frontier League and the Northern Athletic Conference, and having that familiarity with one another has played an important part in this team gelling so quickly.
Pretty much around here, there's a couple people that went to the same school together, but a lot of us are all from different schools in the area, which is really neat because we all played at different division and class levels in high school. So it's neat that, like, if you were an all-star in a high school game, you played against these people or you played with them for one game, but here you're on a team with them. So it's really fun that you get to see everybody, and, like, everybody played a little differently. So it's cool to have us all together on the same team now.
The Lady Cannoneers will look to get back into the win column on Sunday when they travel to Onondaga Community College. And that's going to do it in sports. When we come back, a treat for everyone, as Zach Grady will be in to wrap things up.
Thank you for joining us. This has been 7 News Tonight.